The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue this same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus. The tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The flexor digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions.
Hello and welcome. We are ready to go here for our upper body day, which consists of 4 rounds. Each round has 8 exercises that last about 45 seconds, and then you get a 15-second break in between each exercise. And between each 4 of the 4 rounds, you will get a 1-minute break. Okay, so you'll have time to prep and get set for the coming round. But before we get started on that, let's go through our I dedicates. These are just individuals that we dedicate each day to just, prepare our hearts and be available to others as we go. So we are going to be praying for Lori's mom, doing dialysis 3 times a week, Ethan in a stage 4 liver and bile duct cancer, my friend's wife with breast cancer as she continues to go through that naturally, and then Kira, continuing to pray for her as she continues to heal from her surgery and radiation. And Jim, Kira's dad, seems to be very much in a decline. Marcia said maybe a week. He's just hanging in there as things continue to go. So keep praying for their family as they go. And then Diane, a client of mine who lost her husband, she said she's been getting maybe an hour of sleep.
Oh my God.
Nothing more than that. Just she'll fall asleep and then just wake up. And it's not that she's fears being in her house or anything like that, but it's just different because she's by herself. So she didn't say like it's a sorrowful thing, but it's just someone's not there. That usually is there. So that is a difficult point. So be praying for her sleep, that she could just get a full night's rest and be able to go through her days and get some good sleep at night. Now, our verse of the day: blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. According to his great mercy, he has caused us to be born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. 1 Peter 1:3. This is the crux of everything that makes Christianity different from any religion I studied at Iowa State, is that we have a living hope that came to this earth, died for our sins, and was raised to a new life. So we are the same way. We are born into sin through our parents. We die through the gospel message. We die to ourselves, and we are raised to a newness of life in who Jesus Christ is. So as we continue on this path to understanding who Jesus is and how he changes our hearts, we are continuously saying, we are raised to a living hope because Christ lives in and through me, which is an absolutely awesome thing. Good morning, Carol. We're going to jump into our workout here. So do grab some of these tools, get set and ready to go. You're still doing that, Marcia? Okay, good. Arm circles, right? Making sure that we're getting those shoulders set, kind of putting them into place. Try to move your shoulders with your hands, okay? So it's not necessarily just the hands moving, but feel your shoulders rolling up, down, back, forward. No, it'd be up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. And then reversing that. Okay, then big circles, right? Take those shoulders all the way through that range of motion, reaching as far as you can.
But yeah, there's an affidavit.
Good internal, external rotations, really pulling those shoulders back and forward. Good marches. Making sure we're using those butt cheeks, right? You stand on your leg, your butt should be squeezing. Pulling up. Then yeah, I wrestled like that for probably a half hour.
I just know that it's changed so much since the time of my brothers.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were teaching the whip. So it's like when you get tied up next to each other, prop their hands, chop their hands off, throw them down, And then when that happens, you're supposed to shoot when they stand up. So only through that. So Micah, I just had him whip my arms down, and then I stand up and say, double leg, and then he charges head right into my stomach. I'm like, oh, no, to the side, buddy. If he wrestles any other kid, he might get 1 or 2 cheap shots in, so we'll see. Good hip flexor stretches, stay nice and tall. Yeah, Micah had his first round of wrestling last night. Just doing the practices, and oh my goodness, he was funny. A couple times he just ran across the mats all the way down, all the way back.
Enthusiasm, he has.
Yeah, he was ready to move. But it was great because that kid was worn out. He was asleep quick, and he did not want to get out of bed today. So I was like, mission accomplished. That's all I cared about. Make this kid sleep. Okay, good. Hip flexor stretches, right? Really tucking the tail. Squeeze those butt cheeks together nice and tight.
I'll pay for it. All right.
Good, good, good. Then we'll get all set up for
3, 2,
the upper day.
1. Get ready to row.
So we will start with rowing. So shoulders down and back, core compressed. Try to keep that back nice
3,
and flat.
2, 1. Row.
Shoulders behind those ears. And a big one for me on this one is if you are going through this movement, right, you don't want to be pulling your elbows behind your shoulders, okay, because that's going to cause you to upward forward roll. We want to actually pull
That's
the
halfway.
shoulders and keep the shoulders behind the elbows. Okay, so that's the idea. Shoulders behind the elbows. Okay, good core compression, squeezing nice and tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press.
Exercise with me, Mary. Oh, okay.
I'm going to sit here and watch it laugh.
Oh, yeah, you'll be well entertained, right?
3,
Stay
2,
nice and tall
1.
as we push.
Chest press.
Right, so your hips should be locked into place, butt cheeks squeezing tight, shoulders down and back out of your ears. Pull them down, back, down, back. Keep that core compressed. Then create your push. Good push, good push.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Good tight squeezes. Remember, you're thinking pressing through the elbows.
3,
Squeezing the beach ball in
2,
front of the chest.
1. Transition to biceps curl.
Bicep curls. Make sure you squeeze against yourself if you're squeezing hand to hand. This is hand to hand combat.
3,
No mercy.
1.
Okay?
Biceps curl.
Squeeze together nice and tight. Hold firm. Right? Still keep the butt cheeks on tight. Shoulders out of the ears. Core tight as well. Remember, anytime we push or pull, we
That's
lift
halfway.
something with the arms. We want our base set, right? Foundation. Set that foundation. Remember, squeeze tight, tight, tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay, triceps up overhead. So one or another direction, either way is fine. But if you're fighting against yourself again,
3,
put that penny between
2,
the wrists
1. Triceps overhead.
and compress that core nice and tight. Okay, again, the penny between the wrists, we're trying to flatten, right? Squeeze it super tight. Don't let that penny come out unscathed. Drive through those elbows,
That's halfway.
straight arms. Again, shoulder posture and position. Focus on that. Good work, Carol. Keep working hard through it. Good job, Marcia.
3, 2,
Rest. Tight, tight,
1.
tight.
Transition to
Good.
fly.
All right, into the fly. Remember, arms out wide. Pop the beach ball with the elbows.
3, 2, 1. Fly.
Imagine that beach ball just right in front of the chest. Pop that beach ball with the elbows. We're not worried about the position of the hands as much as we are the elbows. Okay, because your pec that
That's
we're working
halfway.
here attaches to the upper arm. So we need to focus on moving the upper arm, not the forearm. Good, tight squeeze. Pressing firm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
So this girl running exercise.
Yeah, he's not pulling.
3,
What's right
2,
there, that ball.
1.
And he does
Pull
that
apart.
Okay, good pull aparts. Stay nice and tall. Core compressed. Again, shoulders always out of the ears. Squeezing down and back.
Yeah, he'd be really sad shaking it. Well, it should be fixed.
That's halfway.
Okay, very good. Tight squeezes.
3,
Reset those
2,
shoulders.
1. Transition to hammer curl.
Okay, hammer curls. So there's just a position of the hands on this one. Make sure you try to rip apart that towel, or you can go without the towel and push it against
3,
yourself.
2.
Again, that just
1.
means thumbs up.
Hammer curls.
So same position as what we're doing here with the wet rags,
Well, it's not fun.
but just squeeze tight. Firm, firm, firm. Fight against yourself. And if you have bands, try to stretch those bands. Make those biceps work.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Good tricep press downs.
3,
Press through those
2,
elbows.
1. Tricep press down. That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Rest.
All right, great work. That is round one. Remember, for round two, we want to try to increase either the intensity through repetition, right? Do more repetitions of what we're doing, or try to pull the bands a little bit
That's
harder,
halfway.
add resistance. Okay, so either one, more repetitions or more resistance. Okay, doing your best all the way through.
Oh. So that takes the
3, 2, 1. Get ready to row. Three, 2, 1. Row.
All right, Carol, one more round, so get it. I want you to work for the idea that you're doing 3 rounds all in one. Work at it hard, okay? Do
That's
your best.
halfway.
Pull.
Three, two, one. Transition to chest press. Three, two, one. Chest press.
Okay, good presses, squeezing tight. Remember, shoulders down and back, out of those ears.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to biceps curl. Three, two, one. Biceps curl.
Good tight squeezes. Firm, firm, firm. Stay tall.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Right into those tricep presses. Remember, keep the shoulders down and back. Okay, core tight, butt cheeks squeezing the penny.
Three, two, one. Triceps overhead. That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to fly.
Okay, running into those elbows, right? So taking and popping the beach ball right at the center of the chest.
Two,
Arms out
one.
wide.
Fly.
Squeeze hard. Butt cheeks tight, core firm.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to pull apart.
Okay, stay
Three,
tall and tight.
two,
Tall and tight.
One. Pull apart.
Squeeze hard, hard, hard. Staying tall, butt cheeks tight, core compressed. Do good work, Carol. Nice and strong.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to hammer curl. 3, 2, 1. Hammer curls.
Good hammer curls. Thumbs up. Keep working hard through it. 2 more, Carol. Work hard, work hard.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Yeah.
All right, last one for round 2. So do your best. Stay tall and tight. Squeeze through those elbows. This is the back of the arm.
3,
Tight squeezes.
2, 1. Tricep press down. That's halfway.
Tight squeeze. Recompress the core. Butt cheeks tight. Shoulders down and back.
Three, 2, 1. Rest. That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Get ready to row. Three, 2, 1. Row.
Have a wonderful day, Carol. I turned on the camera, but then forgot the microphone. But have a great day. Make sure hit the like button for me. Like the video, because we like to work out.
That's halfway.
At least that's what we're going to keep telling ourselves until maybe we believe it.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to chest press. Three, 2, 1. Chest press.
Good work. Remember, driving through the elbows, pinch to the center of the chest. Tight squeeze.
That's halfway.
Carol was in and out today.
She was in.
Yep, had to get a couple rounds in before her day started. Which I love that. If you're going to do anything, do something.
3, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Don't do nothing for doing something. Good bicep curls. Good bicep curls. Squeezing hard.
3, 2, 1. Biceps curl. That's halfway.
So there's a great reminder here, different ways that you can change up your workout. Carol just did this on her own.
3,
I did
2,
fast,
1.
then
Transition
slow
to
halfway,
triceps overhead
then
press.
slow fast. So those are different ways that you can actually change up your workout, right? So either your first half of the movement is fast
3,
and then
2,
slow, or
1.
you can go slow on the
Triceps
first part
overhead.
and then fast with your return, right? And see if you can control the way that your body is working, right? We want to make sure that you can have full control whether we're moving quick or slow or changing between the two, right? Because not everything in life, right, is done slowly. Every
That's
so often we
halfway.
might lose our balance. And what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to step quick to try to catch our balance, right? So we want to make sure that we have the capacity to be able to do that.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to fly. Three, 2, 1. Fly.
Okay, pop that beach ball. Elbows tight to your center.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart. Three, 2, 1. Pull apart. That's halfway.
Good, tight squeezes, tight squeezes.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Strong pulls. Stay
Three,
tall and tight.
2, 1. Hammer curls. That's halfway.
Awesome, perfect time to recheck that core, squeeze those butt cheeks again, get those shoulders down and back.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down. Three, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Good press downs. Again, do not lean forward and roll your shoulders forward. Stay tall. Even if that means put your arms in front of you a little bit. You might not be able to take your knuckles all the way to the seams of your pants, right? But stay nice and tall.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Finish strong all the way through.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, long break, so make sure you get a drink of water. Round 4, we're going to be trying even harder, right? Move a little bit quicker. even more resistance. So shorten up your bands if you've got some bands, add more weight if you have weights at home, but make sure you're doing your
That's
best
halfway.
to challenge yourself. It's only through challenge that we begin to change.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready to row. Three, 2, 1. Row.
Okay, good rows, pulling hard through that position, making sure your shoulders stay behind your elbows. Okay, do not pull your elbows past your shoulders, but pull them down and back,
That's
pinching
halfway.
your back. Right, we want those shoulder blades tucked into your back pockets. Pull them, pull them, pull them.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to chest press. Three, 2, 1. Chest press.
Good pushes. Drive through those elbows. Squeeze to the center of that chest. Make sure your base is strong. Legs tight, butt tight, core tight.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
All right, bicep curls. Stay tall, squeeze tight, right? Fight against
Three.
yourself.
2, 1. Biceps curl.
Okay, so if you're hand to hand, right, penny between the wrists, drive hard. Squish that penny flat.
That's halfway.
Halfway through, re-squeeze that core.
3, 2,
Tight, tight, tight.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay, triceps up overhead. Remember, don't let your back arch with those arms up.
3, 2, 1. Triceps overhead.
Good, tight
That's
squeezes.
halfway.
Tight squeezes.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to fly. Three,
Good core
2,
compression.
1.
Squeeze to the center.
Fly.
Pop that beach ball. Nice tight squeeze.
That's halfway.
Recompress that core. Right? Think that belly wax coming for you. Butt cheeks tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
Okay, into the pull apart. So stay tall, shoulder blades down and back, core compressed nice and tight.
3, 2, 1. Pull apart.
Good, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
That's halfway.
Tight squeeze, tight squeeze. Shoulder blades in place. Firm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl. Three, 2, 1. Hammer curls.
Good, tight core compression. Stay nice and tall. Firm squeeze.
Yeah.
That's halfway.
Stay tall, tight, tall, tight. We're almost done doing your absolute best all the way through.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Last one.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Remember, stay tall, shoulders down and back.
Ready?
Straighten those elbows tight.
That's halfway.
Recompress that core. Hold firm, firm, firm.
About 30.
Three, 2, 1. Way to be rock stars.
Hey, very, very good work, everyone. So appreciate you being here. Remember, if you have not, please do hit the little red subscribe button right down below. We are providing all of these workouts completely free of charge, so that way you can get better, because our mission at Better Body Movement is to create a pain-free world. And the best way to do that is to put information out for others to glean from and begin to change the way that they live. Remember, if you move well, you live well. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will see you again tomorrow for our leg day.
The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel, past the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue this same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus. The tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The flexor digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions.